In today's video, I'm talking about an important root cause or driver of addictive behaviors. Often we are turning to substances or addictive behaviors because underneath it all, we're looking for connection. We feel loneliness or we feel isolated, and there's a disconnect. Some of us have actually been hurt and we're afraid of connection. So even though we're craving connection, we're afraid of connection. And so we often will turn to addictive behaviors, whether that's compulsive eating or substances or behaviors or scrolling or shopping, because we're trying to feel a sense of connection. And of course, if you are not addressing the root cause, which is maybe the fear of connection or not knowing how to connect, then you will not eventually heal the addictive behaviors. In the 1970s, there was an important experiment done. It was called the RatPark, where a psychologist took two groups of rats. He had one environment where the rats were isolated. They had plain water to drink from, and they also had water that was laced with drugs to drink from. And they were in the isolated community. Then he created another community of rats for the rats, and it also had plain water and water that was laced with drugs. In that community, though, there were a number of other rats. There were toys to play with. It was an environment that was conducive to social interaction. So there was the isolated rat, and then there was the rats in community. They found that the rats that were isolated tended to consistently take from the drug water. The rats that were in community were less likely, as a matter of fact, they were rarely interested in the drug water. They really took mostly the plain water. So this experiment is so important because it really shows us that the social environment has a lot to do with the driver of addictive behaviors. So if you find yourself fearing connection, maybe you have difficulty with healthy boundaries, or you find yourself feeling isolated and disconnected, or maybe connection feels too painful, then you want to start to address that issue, not necessarily taking the addictive behavior away or